Have you ever stepped outside on a summer day and thought, wait, was it always this hot? Or seen news of wildfires, flood, or storm and wondered, why does this seem to be happening more often these days? Well, you are not imagining it. Our planet is changing quietly, quite dramatically. This is the story of climate change, not as boring science talk, but as unfolding story of our time. A story that every single one of us is part of. Welcome to Fluky Facts, where we explore the ideas that shape our world and try to make sense of the world shaping us. Let's start simple. Earth's climate has always changed. Ice ages have come and gone, continents have shifted, forests have turned into desert and back again. But here's the twist. This time, the change isn't slow. It's not nature taking its course. It's us. Climate change means long-term shifts in temperature, rainfall, and weather patterns. But what happening now is the speed. In just over a century, we have warmed the planet more than the nature would have in thousands of years. It's like turning up Earth's thermostat and forgetting where the up button is. Here's an easy way to understand it. Think of weather as your mood. It changes daily, sunny today, cloudy tomorrow. But climate is your personality. It stays the same for years. So, when we talk about climate change, we are talking about how Earth's personality is changing, not just a bad day, but a slow, deep transformation that affects everything from our monsoons to our oceans. Now imagine Earth wearing a blanket. The blanket is made of gases, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, the greenhouse gases. Normally, this blanket keeps Earth warm enough for life. But for the past 150 years, humans have been making this blanket thicker and thicker by burning coal, oil, and gas, cutting down forests, and building giant cities. So now the earth isn't just cozy, it's overheating. The global warming, and that's how the science works. That's global warming, and that's how the science works. A thicker blanket traps more heat, and nature starts. Every time a car starts, a factory runs, or a forest burns, invisible gases rises into the sky. Carbon dioxide from food, burning of fuel, methane from livestock and landfills, nitrous oxide from fertilizers, and fluorinated gas from our air conditioner and sprays. They float up, stay there for years, and act like glass in a greenhouse, letting sunlight in but keeping the heat trapped. One factory, one car, one city may be small on their own, but together they have wrapped the whole planet in an invisible heat trap. Now, to be fair, nature does change the climate too. Volcanoes can cool the earth by blocking sunlight. The sun itself goes through cycles. Oceans move heat around the planet in mysterious ways. But here's the thing, those changes are slow and balanced. What we are seeing now is like nature on fast forward. A 1,000 year cycle happening in just a few of decades. And that's not natural. That's us reading the clock. Think of it like this. For every comfort we have built, there's been a cost. Our factory gave us progress and pollution. Our car gave us freedom and carbon. Our cities give us shelter and heat. And our consumption habits created mountains of waste. We have changed the chemistry of the sky. And now the sky is changing everything else in return. Look around. The signs are no longer certain. The Arctic's ice is melting faster than ever. Seas are rising, following coastline inch by inch. Summers are breaking records every day, and storms that used to happen once a century now come every decade. Scientists says Earth's average temperature has risen by 1.1 degrees centigrade, and that's enough to disrupt the rhythm of life on every continent. 1 degree doesn't sound like much, but for our planet, it's the difference between balance and breakdown. In forests, trees are dying faster, fires are burning longer, and animals are moving to cooler places. Coral reefs, the rainforest of the sea, are turning white and dying. The delicate chain of ecosystem built over millions of years is snapping piece by piece. When nature gaps for breath, humanity can't hold its own for long. And yes, it's affecting us too. Farmers faces unpredictable rains, fishermen return with empty nets, people living near coast fear of every rising tide, Heat waves that used to happen once in a decade now come every summer. Diseases spread to new places. Even our foods, water, and health, everything depends on a stable climate, and that stability is cracking. And then comes the economic cost. Floods destroy crops and homes, drought kills harvest, government spend billion on recovery instead of growth, and poor nations, the ones least responsible, suffer the most. The irony is heartbreaking. Those who contributed least to the problem are paying the highest price. Here's a question. If our planet could send us a bill for every storm, every wildfire, every drought, how much longer could we afford to ignore it? But there's a hope. Across the world, people are fighting back. In 2015, countries came together for the Paris Agreement, pledging to limit global warming. The United Nations tracks our progress through scientific reports and climate summits. And everywhere, innovation is blooming, from solar farms in desert to wind turbines on oceans. We may have caused the problem, but we also hold the solution. India too is stepping out. We launched the National Action Plan on Climate Change, focusing on clean energy and sustainable living. The International Solar Alliance brings sunshine power to nations across the world, electric mobility, afforestation, and waste management. All are part of the plan. India's aim to reach net zero emission by 2070. A reminder that development and sustainability don't have to be opposites. You don't need to be a scientist to fight climate change. Turn off that extra light, walk or use public transport when you can, say no to plastic, plant a tree, support eco-friendly brands. These sound small, but imagine millions of people doing them daily. That's not a small anymore. That's a revolution. Because change doesn't start with governments. It starts with awareness, and awareness starts with you. Climate change is the story of our generation, but it does not have to end in tragedy. It can be a story of innovation, resilience, and hope. We are the first generation to truly understand the problem, and maybe the last with the power to fix it. So, the question is, what story will we choose to tell? If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Fluky Facts, where we simplify complex ideas and make learning easier for everyone. Check out our earlier videos on nuclear energy, inflation, and India's relations. The links are in the description below, also in the I button. Keep learning, keep questioning, only on Fluky Facts. Think unlimited.